The following movie review contains spoilers and details from the film being discussed, so if you did not watch the selected movie prior to watching my review, this YouTube channel and comment section are not responsible for any spoilers you come across, as you have been warned. From this point forward, it's all spoilers, so watch at your own risk. Thank you for listening. Hello, folks, and welcome to the next edition, or should I say the first edition, of MARACLE'S movie reviews. My name is... Okay, honestly, I don't know what my name is. I'm so sorry about that. I still don't know what my name is. But that's okay, though. We're here to talk about our first movie review of the series, and I'm so excited for this. We're here to talk about Bird Box, a movie that was released on Netflix this past December. At least that's when I think it was released, but I watched it recently, and it was amazing. So many great things have happened, but I want to let you guys know there are spoilers, so if you did not see this movie, that is not my problem. Because if you made it past the warning, and you're still watching, then you obviously seen the movie, or you don't care if you get spoiled. But that is fine, because I'm here to have a lot of fun. So, let's talk about the movie, shall we? Now, here's how things are going to go. I'm going to talk about the movie in full plot. After which, I will go through the 4 categories, which I'm not going to put up on the board just yet. But for now, let's talk about the movie. Bird Box, a movie. It stars Sandra Bullock, one of the greatest actors in film history. That is amazing. So, here's how the movie starts. It begins off with Sandra Bullock's character. I apologize if I don't really remember her name. I just saw it only recently. And here's what happens. She's immediately telling 2 kids to never take off their blindfold or they will die. They will die. That's not exactly something you would say to 5-year-olds, but we're in a post-apocalyptic world where if you look at something, you're apparently going to commit suicide or force somebody else to look at it. If you're crazy. Which I might be. Who knows? So, how exactly does this movie go on? Well, it kind of goes from time to present day to 5 years ago to present day again to 5 years ago again, and man, it's amazing. It's cool. It's funny, and at the same time, it's intense. Because here's how things go on. 5 years ago, apparently, she's pregnant. Sandra Bullock is pregnant. She's looking to have a kid, and she's with her sister Jessica. But when they're on their way out, she notices a girl who whacks her head off the glass because apparently she was looking at something. So she tries to commit suicide. And that's freaky. And pretty much it's something that was on the news that was spreading from Russia to many different parts in Asia and Europe. And now it has arrived in America. So what happens? Even her sister succumbs to whatever she saw. Causes the car to crash. And now, because, Sandra is pregnant, she has a lot of, let's say, any time she hit the floor, it was always intense because, she's pregnant and she's hurting the kid, and it's scary. So, as time went on, she gets welcomed into this house, well, reluctantly by the bald guy named Douglas, who, by the way, is literally the most annoying character in the entire movie, all because he's stubborn and he's an asshole. So, how do I describe this best? It started off really good, kind of like, the epidemic spread. But we keep going from one time loop to another, where she's with the 2 kids. One of them is hers. The other is apparently the kid of a friend she met in that house, who was also pregnant. And they go on the rowboat, blindfolded, rowing blindfolded. That honestly is the most impressive thing I've ever seen. I mean, this movie has caused a lot of things, like, a thing called the Bird Box Challenge, where you wear a blindfold. Kind of like how I'm wearing a blindfold right now and talking to you guys right now about this movie. Except I'm not going to be a stupid dumbass like some girl who apparently got in her car and drove blindfolded and ended up crashing. What an idiot. Stupid bitch. Oh well. I'm not stupid enough to do something like that. But as time goes on, B.D. Wong is in this movie, and he's honestly a cool actor. I've seen him in many crimes what the frick was it? I'm trying to figure out, was it Law and Order or something like that? Actually, I don't know if it was Law and Order or something like that, but I've seen him in a number of crime drama TV series and a few other movies, and now he's in this movie Bird Box, which is actually really cool. And apparently he decides that he's going to go ahead and he's going to sit down and look at security footage to see if he can find this thing. But even looking at security footage caused him to commit suicide. So, it goes to show even technology doesn't save you from this sort of thing. Thus, you got to resort to covering up the windows in every single way possible and blindfold yourself. Because if you look at that thing, you're either going to commit suicide, or if you're a crazy person, you're going to cause other people to look at it and thinking, they want you to see! They want you to see! Oh, man. The movie was intense on so many levels, even if it was going back and forth on the time loop. So, as time went on, they decided to go on a food trip, because, you know, they got to get the supplies and the food's running out. So they tint up their car, paint up the windows, cover it up with black tar, put newspapers on it, and then make use of the GPS. But even the car ride there was scary, because they were either running over bodies or them demons, or whatever the hell those things are, was like surrounding them. And of course, the bald asshole, when he's in the freaking beer aisle, was saying, "We should stay here." And then they get a knock. They get a knock by some crazy guy who says, "Can I please come in? Please let me in." And it was revealed that those who are insane, psychotic, and crazy have already lost their minds, so that when they look at whatever these entities are, they're immune, and apparently they're told by these entities to force other people to look at him and cause them to commit suicide. One of the guys, his name's Charlie, I believe, sacrificed himself, since he knew that guy from prison or something. I don't know. He knew him somewhere. But anyway, he made the big sacrifice by pushing him back outside, which caused him to look at the entities and commit suicide too. And then they went on to meet up with this pregnant lady who goes in as well. But the good thing is, she's not insane. She just wants to get away from everything. And she was also low on supplies, because, you know, when you're pregnant, you got these cravings. I wouldn't know, though. I'm not a chick. Nope, not a chick. I wouldn't know. I can't even see. I'm freaking blindfolded. I've not once looked at my penis. Moving forward from that, please. Oh, my God. Anyways, this couple take their car and drive away. One of them look almost exactly like Machine Gun Kelly. Actually, I think that was Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know. I don't even like that guy anyway, so. They drive off. We never see them again. I'm just left to assume that they eventually succumbed to the entities and committed suicide. Bye-bye. Nobody cared about you in the first place. But then they come up against this guy named Gary, who's apparently played by Tom Hollander. Not Tom Holland, not Spider-Man, not that guy. Tom Hollander. There's an ER at the end of it. Different guy. Apparently, he's also crazy, but he hides it until Sandra Bullock and the other pregnant lady, like Olivia, they go into labor. That's when he reveals it, puts these birds in a cage that apparently Sandra got from the grocery store earlier, puts them inside a freezer, closes it, and either kills like the people who are there, or forces them to look at the entities, because, you know, he rips off the newspapers again and says, "Look, they want you to look." Of course, he dies because of Tom, who's like one of the very few sane people there. Both Olivia and Sandra give birth to their babies. One's a boy, the other's a girl. Born at the same time. Nice. Well, actually, kind of like 5 minutes later, one after the other. But you get my drift, though. You get my drift. But apparently, Gary goes in, forces Olivia to look, and she jumps out the window. And then forces the old lady, I forgot her name, to look as well, and she starts stabbing herself with the scissors. Man, that was brutal. Very brutal. But now it was just, Tom goes ahead, he kills Gary, thank God. It's down to Tom, Sandra Bullock, and the two kids. So, 5 years later, they're living as a couple. The kids are now 5 years old each. And the one thing that they are doing is they are actually trying to get away from any insane people, because apparently the insane people are like, think Think of The Last of Us. You know the video game The Last of Us, where apparently there's the infected are not the only people you got to look out for. It's also the survivors, because you know it's every man for themselves out there. For this case, these guys are trying to make sure that you look at these entities. And the one thing I'm glad about is you never actually see the entities. You never actually see them. I mean, sure, you see like leaves flying in the air or something like that, but the one thing you never see is the actual form, because who knows what they look like. They look different to anybody who views them. Like this one girl who supposedly sees her mom before she gets in a flaming car and blows up. Man, who knows exactly what Sandra Bullock's fears would have been. Probably her like levitating in space. Man, Gravity was a great movie. Maybe I'll review Gravity one day, who knows, but moving forward. Eventually, they come across... Tom actually tells a story. Before I go on, Tom tells a story to the two kids, which causes Sandra Bullock to get pissed off and say, "Why are you trying to convince them to do these? Because it's never going to happen. We're on a place where we got to stay away from being on the outside." Shortly after that, they run into another group of insane people. And man, things go wrong because Tom sacrifices himself, shoots all of them before eventually seeing the demons, and kills himself. So it's now down to Sandra Bullock and the kids, and that's where we get off to the beginning of the film, where she warns them to never take off your blindfold or you will die. So they go on like this 42-hour river trip, occasionally running into an insane person or leaving off to get supplies. And it's really intense. It's always tense because, you know, you're blindfolded, don't know exactly where you're going. She has a strategy of using this like wire. Looks like fish wire or something. I don't know what the hell the wire was, but it was a smart strategy because it allows her to find her way back to the boat from wherever she went. And eventually they crash the boat because of the rapids of the river. They have to go on foot now. That never exactly worked out. Like, it doesn't always work out. The kids almost take off their blindfold because, you know, the demons cause, like, the voice of Sandra Bullock to tell them, "It's okay, you can take the blindfold off." Because, you know, they're trying to manipulate them. "I hear you, dog. Shut up." So, how is this going to work now? I believe, apparently... What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. That stupid dog was barking, and now I've lost myself. Where was I? Oh, right. Voices, manipulation, yeah. So that force scene was really intense because Sandra Bullock, she found the boy, not again, she named the kids boy and girl. That's literally the laziest thing you could come up with for a kid's names. Shut up, dog. But then, how would I say this? They, trying to get this on a good show here. She finishes Tom's story to girl, and she comes back to them. And as they continue on, they're getting chased now by the entities, apparently. I didn't think that was even possible. I mean, the entities, from what I hear, they can't physically touch you or anything. I mean, even though we can see, like, hair sticking up at many points throughout the film, I keep thinking at some point, oh, the demon's gonna, like, yank their hairs up or something like that? I don't know. Oh, well, though. Continuing forward. They managed to make it to the shelter that they've been searching for because of a walkie-talkie call by some guy named Rick. They managed to find the way, and you actually run into, apparently, Sandra Bullock's pregnancy doctor from the beginning of the film, who you most likely forgotten about. Trust me, I did too. But now, they're safe, and from that point on, like, Sandra decides to let the birds, I mean, she kept the birds inside a box, hence, you know, bird box. She keeps them now inside, actually not inside, but allows the birds to roam free inside this new safe house, so that, and as well as letting the kids, who she now named Olivia and Tom. Oh, that's sweet. That's really cute and adorable. And now we're safe, but now we're left with the question: what the hell do we do now? We're just gonna stay in here for all eternity? I guess so. There's no explanation for how this thing came to be or why they're here. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the movie. That was all spoilers. Now it's time for the 4 categories: the story, the acting, the visuals, and the conflict. Now here's exactly how I rated them. The story, as time went on, I rated it 4.4 out of 5 points. Getting close to a perfect score, not bad. Acting. The acting was wonderful, although it could have been done a little bit better. So that's why I gave it 3.8. The visuals. The visuals was okay, was decent. I mean, even if you did not see the demon, which I was really thankful for, because I'm thinking if we actually saw them, maybe that would probably ruin the whole purpose of it. But the visuals and everything else, the deaths, the suicide, the violence, the gore, the intensity of it all. But in the end, I gave that 3.6. And finally, the conflict of the plot of a woman who was pregnant, losing her sister early on, living in like a house of strangers, having to deal with the outside world and in the inside world, because people are insane both inside the world and outside the world. That's the thing. That's why you gotta be careful. Sometimes it can be every man, or in this case, woman, for themselves. Things can be tough. And that's why it was very well done. I gave it a final rating, 4.2. Add them all up. That's a total of 16 points out of 20. And as my percentage ratings goes, that gives it a final total of 80%. 80%. A positive review for Bird Box. Bird Box was a wonderful movie. If you guys haven't seen it, well, why the hell are you watching this video? I just spoiled everything about it. But if you have, I'm hoping you liked it. Put it in the comments below what you thought of it, and if you liked it or not. Well, now that I'm done reviewing the Bird Box movie, I can finally take this blindfold off. It's weird because I don't really wear blindfolds for anything, even if I. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! I was looking this way the whole time. Not exactly. Oh God, I'm gonna look like a stupid idiot now. I've been talking. You guys have been looking at my profile this whole time. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Shouldn't have done that. Why the hell did I do that?